Shabbat Shalom, my friends. Our Torah reading this week, as we get back into the regular cycle of readings, is actually a combined reading of two Sedras, Tazria and Metzora, beginning with Leviticus 12, verse 1. We're going to have a little bit of Jewish mysticism along with some arcane Jewish law. Life presents us with so many questions, so much mystery and uncertainty. And one of the most powerful strengths and most significant gifts of the human mind is that it demands answers. We need those answers. We really want to know. Our texts this week are filled with demands for answers, questions that echo from an ancient past. So, for example, birth is a mystery. Birth is dangerous. So many women die in childbirth. Infants die as well. Why is that? What can we do to protect life? These are questions out of the Sedra. And how can we make each new life that survives a part of our family, part of the tribe, part of the us that separates our community from the others out there? Should we put a mark on human flesh that would forever declare that this person is a part of our community and no other community? Sometimes we have rashes. Sometimes our skin turns white with ugly scales. People turn away from us. They're afraid of us, even though when you ask them why they act this way, they don't really know, but they're not happy. When the body doesn't appear to be normal and healthy, when it starts to show signs of illness, there is even more mystery. Illness can lead to death. So why is there illness? What can we do to heal the body? There is wisdom among our elders, and sometimes what they say and what they do can remove the ugliness spreading on our bodies. But why is all of this happening? The disfiguring of the body can sometimes be more than just white scales. There can be eruptions, redness, oozing, very uncomfortable. Can a priest, a Kohen, even a Levite still bring offerings to God when he has those white scales or oozing eruptions? And are such afflictions a sign of God's unhappiness with us, a signal, a warning, a punishment? How do we reverse what looks to us to be a very threatening situation? Women bleed. They bleed in a pattern that imitates the cycles of the moon. There are odors, there is discomfort, there are stains. But then the bleeding stops, only to begin again. And yet when women age, the bleeding stops permanently and all seems well. We don't understand, and what we don't understand, we fear. Our houses are reasonably clean and neat, but then there is a discoloration on the wall, a stain. It seems to be spreading. Will it spread to me? Will it get on my clothing? Should I just burn my house down? Why is this happening to me? Why is it happening at all? These are the questions in this week's Torah readings. Several days ago, I was with a small group of people at the Hebrew College here in LA who spent a morning together studying with a woman named Estelle Frankel. Estelle teaches Jewish mysticism privately and works as a psychotherapist who blends depth psychology with the wisdom and practices of Kabbala. Quite a fascinating individual. As it happens, Frankel's topic this week was the wisdom of not knowing, which is also the name of her latest book, The Wisdom of Not Knowing. Without a conscious connection to our Torah study this week, she didn't mean this. She asked us to consider an approach that in fact diverges dramatically from this week's Sedras. She asked us to be open to the possibility that there is great wisdom, great power, great meaning, and our accepting that not knowing isn't just a driving force toward the acquisition of new knowledge. I don't know, I gotta know. But not knowing can also lead us to understandings that are far deeper than any analytical studies can actually prove to us. Frankel's work pushes against ordinary wisdom, and yet, for me at least, it had some rich possibilities. Here's what she says. So much of life is filled with mystery. And when we project what we think that we know onto the mystery, to that great unknown, many of our conclusions far too often prove to be simply wrong. Here's this. The science of 2 days ago can become the pseudoscience of yesterday, the demonstrably false of today, and the ancient legends of tomorrow. Maybe this is what Buber meant when he taught that all journeys have secret destinations like this, of which the traveler is unaware. All journeys have secret destinations of which the travelers are unaware. Perhaps this is what Socrates meant when he wrote that the only true wisdom is knowing that we know nothing. Every pixel of the known universe is saturated with what we don't know. I really like that. Every pixel of the known universe is saturated with what we don't know. I'm going to put myself in here right now, intervene to remember what Abraham Joshua Heschel once taught when he was asked that, isn't science a direct threat to religion? Because the more that science can discover, therefore the fewer questions that are left to us, the kinds of questions, by the way, that fill this week's Torah portions, then we are moving toward a situation in which religion is simply no longer needed. Give us time, we'll get all the facts. Heschel famously responded that the more that religion discovers, the more that we discover how much we really don't know about our universe. The more we discover, the deeper the mysteries that Heschel felt only religion can address. There is real power in knowing that we don't know. In her discussion, Frankel wrote out not only an original thought, but one that, in fact, I had learned a long time ago and had simply forgotten. Pay attention. In Hebrew, the word for wisdom is chokhmah. If you rearrange the letters, Kabbalists love to rearrange letters, chokhmah can be read as two words, koach ma, the power of what? Wisdom, real wisdom, is the power of what? Real wisdom exists when we acknowledge that we will forever live with ignorance. We ask, what is this? Okay, so we get an answer. And then that answer reveals new levels of what we don't know. To put it differently, when we shine the light of knowledge on the most profound of questions, then beyond the furthest edge of that light is a forever expanding world of the unknown. Our combined Sedras this week present a series of real challenges to our serenity. And then the Sedras provide acts and rituals that promise us both an understanding of those challenges as well as a way to deal with them, at least back 2,500 years. We cannot deny that much of early religion was in fact a way of explaining and coping with the mysteries of life. What Estelle Frankel is saying is that along with our active and richly rewarding pursuit of answers of wisdom of knowledge, we should view the reality of not knowing as a gift. In not knowing, there is humility. In not knowing, there is awe and wonder. In not knowing is the possibility of awakening our inner selves, an awareness of our place in the cosmos, an opportunity to see our world as forever a place of expanding knowledge and expanding ignorance. In not knowing, is the ability to grasp that kind of a universe with gratitude and with joy. Now, I don't know about you, I'm going to need a few years to fully absorb what Frankel presented, but I have already learned to view our Tazria and Metzora with very different eyes. Chokhmah, wisdom. Chokhmah, koach ma, the real power in forever asking, what is this all about? Okay, that's it. Have a wonderful Shabbat. And please, while you spend Shabbat pondering the imponderable, hit share so that others can join with us in that search. Shabbat Shalom.